On the news today, says a clerk debunk attacking ObasanJo. Again, clerk debunks attacking ObasanJo. At the convener of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Edwin Clark, has refuted news in circulation that he attacked the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the former Federal Commissioner of Information, in a statement titled "A Rebuttal" by Chief Dr. Ike Clark, made available to Daily Sun on Wednesday, said it did not author or authorize anyone on a write-up that stated bombshell about former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. He clarified that he has not recently engaged in any dispute or verbal argument with Obasanjo, which he explicitly stated for publication. He advised that anyone with grievances towards the former president should address them directly to him and exclude him from the matter. Clark appealed to the general public and to former President Obasanjo to discountenance the publication, adding that he has no hand in the publication of the material. The statement read, "My attention has been drawn to a publication purportedly issued by me, maliciously titled Bombshell, about former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. I stated here categorically that the publication is impermissible. It is not authorized by me. The last time I had exchanges in the media with the former president was sometime in 2021, and it was on ownership of oil. Since then, we have moved on." Okay, he stated that categorically that he, on the other side, had the publication, and the publication is impermissible. It is not authorized by me. That's coming from Clark. He said the last time I had exchanges in the media with the former president was sometime in 2021, and it was on ownership of oil. Since then, we have moved on. As a matter of fact, our exchanges was in 2021 and not new to us. The former president and I have come a long way. We were cabinet members in the General Yakubu Gowon administration, while he was the Federal Commissioner, Minister for Works and Housing. Murtala Mohammed was the Federal Commissioner and Minister for Communication, and Alhaji Shehu Shagari was the Federal Commissioner, Minister for Finance. I was the Federal Commissioner, Minister for Information. As it is normal, everywhere, various people lean to different personalities and bond together. And most times, the former president and I see things differently. Incidentally, we are two of a kind in the sense that we do not know how to bottle our feelings. And also, we will always speak out boldly and courageously on issues in different approaches. Now, and after that, we will continue to cooperate to make our nation better. For instance, during the government of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua and that of Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I reacted to some of the statements of President Obasanjo which I felt were unfair to their administrations. In 2017, I made a publication in reply to Segun Adeniyi's book Against the Runoff Play, in which I felt that he and former President Obasanjo maligned and insulted the Ijaw nation. Former President Jonathan and myself, and that seemed to me to be an attempt by Segun Adeniyi to appease former President Obasanjo on some things he did to incur his Obasanjo's wrath. And of course, I reacted to the said publication. It is that reaction that mischief. That reaction that mischief and depraved persons have gone to not only dig out but manipulated and padded with their own title and language. He also added that He repeated that recently, I have not had issues and exchanges with Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, which I sent out for publication. Therefore, for someone who did not only go only go out to dig out an old statement I made, but went ahead to change the title of the write-up and padded my statement, that is the height of recklessness and also wickedness. What such a person wants to achieve is beyond me. This also reminds me how some 2 years ago or so, some mischievous persons also tried to create problems when none existed between my beloved son, former Senate President and Governor of Kwara State, His Excellency Senator Bukola Saraki, when they brought out a statement I made when I advised him to have a rethink about his actions on his relationship with his father. Unknown to them, I had made up with Dr. Bukola Saraki long ago, before their depraved publications. I called Dr. Bukola Saraki, and fortunately, he understood that it was the handiwork of mischief makers. And now again, they are up with this publication about former President Obasanjo on a statement I made some years ago, falsifying it. I did not drop any issue, and there is no issue. The publication making the rounds. As I said earlier, my last exchange with former President Olusegun Obasanjo was over ownership of oil, and since then we have attended meetings together, either in a representative capacity or otherwise. He even visited me not long ago when I recuperated from a very serious ailment. Then whoever has an axe to grind with the former president should please take it up with him and leave me out of it. Factual people will bear witness that if there is one good gift Almighty God has bestowed on me, it is that of courage and boldness. I speak out my mind and take actions boldly and courageously when and where the need arises. I do not need rabble, rouser, or meddlesome interlopers to fight my battles, if there is any. Okay, that should be. I also want to use this medium to appeal to the general public and to my good friend, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, to discountenance the publication. I did not publish anything and I didn't do nothing. Oh, this is coming from Dr. Clark, Professor Clark, Chief Clark, and Clark, saying that he debunks attacking Obasanjo. That he and Obasanjo have been good friends, since the time of the military regime of Derba. Because according to him, said when some persons were minister, he too was a minister. He was minister for information. As a matter of fact, he said our exchanges in 2021 are not new to us. The former president and I have come a long way. We were cabinet members in the General Yakubu Gowon administration while he was a federal commissioner, the minister for works and AMP, housing and thereabout. Muritala Mohammed was a federal commissioner and the minister for communication. Alhaji Shehu Shagari was a federal commissioner and minister for finance. Then he said, I, Clark, was the federal commissioner minister for information. For those that do not know Clark, Clark has been existing for a very long time. He said he and Obasanjo do not have reef. There is no issue alongside. Well, let's read just one comment and then call it a wrap. According to Prophet David, he says, the old men are two of a kind, detribalized and always very blunt with their opinions on national issues. They will never deny whatever comes from their mouth, whether genuine or ingenuine. Well, this one we're going to draw the curtain. I'd like to share views in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also click on the bell icon to get more notifications. Thanks for listening.